This is WYNT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Connor James. A family dedicated to helping others even in their own times of need. Tonight we take you into the Deeds home, a family that runs 3 ministries. But just a month ago, John Deed almost lost his life, and doctors say it's a miracle he's alive. And even with medical bills piling up, they are still dedicated to helping others. WYNT's Emily Bennett has tonight's story.
Walking into the Deeds home, you will see what is important to them.
Whatever we can get, we take out. We love to give, and we have a heart for God and for people, and that's just what we do.
God, family, and giving.
A lot of times during the year, it comes out of our own house. We will take food, toilet paper, paper towels, anything we get in our own house or from anybody that helps us, we give it out.
The Deeds run 3 ministries, including God's Brides for widows and families.
It takes us about 2 weeks to deliver to all the different areas, and we try to do not just our county, but Pike, Floyd, and Johnson counties.
They give out food, clothing, and toys, and the holidays are always the busiest times.
They're so excited. They see us coming anymore. We've been doing it so many years. Kids, and they'll come running to your car screaming because they know you're bringing food or bringing them gifts or something.
But this year is a little different. John went into the hospital after a toothache that became infected and turned into a flesh-eating bacteria.
And every doctor that came in the room, everybody we've about talked to involved in his medical care said, "You're so lucky, you're so blessed to be alive. You really shouldn't have made it through this."
Only 10% of people survive what John did, and they are not letting their personal struggles stop them.
We're not going to quit now. We're just going to keep going and helping people, because it's not a time to quit now. No matter what we've been through, it's about helping people still. That's our heart.
A heart that keeps on giving. In Floyd County, Emily Bennett, WYNT Mountain News.
The Deeds are behind in their ministries after spending a month in the hospital. They're asking for help to collect food. You can contact Spring Deed at 606-226-8200. Well, a man is now in jail, but does he have the answers into what happened to a Southern Kentucky woman who vanished 5 months ago? We first told you about Cork Hendricks, yesterday. He was found Monday night. Police say he was with 26-year-old Leanna Brumley before she vanished earlier this year. Police say they're not sure what his relationship was to her. Hendricks remains in the Pulaski County Jail. Well, today, while looking through federal court records, we learned a Pike County man will spend more than 15 and a half years in federal prison. Jason Lee Robinson robbed 7 banks in 6 states. Robinson is from Pike County. He pleaded guilty to all charges. Robinson previously served time in prison for other bank robberies. He was out on parole during the latest crime spree. Well, yesterday we told you about issues the city of Benham is having with their water. Today, the city told us they were able to fix all the broken water lines within the city. The city clerk says they've actually received calls since the story aired from people asking how they could help. Since then, they have received enough funding for the parts to fix the broken lines in the city and any other issues they have. They say the water is currently flowing through the city and that they have other parts coming in to help fix with future breaks.
Well, we dealt with rain last night, and then we've seen that sunshine throughout the day, and we even have a gorgeous sunset on tap. We'll go ahead and take you to National Weather Service camera in Jackson so you can see that sunset from earlier this evening. It was absolutely gorgeous, and you see not a cloud in the sky. And as we head into that almanac, you see reached a high of 67 today, so right around that average of 66. Low of 53 this morning was a little bit warmer than that average of 46, but overall, not a bad day here in the mountains. Most of us into the upper 40s to lower 50s now, 51 into Jackson. 54 Prestonsburg, 47 into Hazzard, 48 down into Williamsburg, and even a chilly 44 into Middlesboro. Most of us dropping into the upper 30s, lower 40s tonight. Clear, chilly, could see a little bit of that patchy dense fog late tonight, early as we head into tomorrow morning. More sunshine in store though as we head into your Wednesday, warming up slightly as we head into your Thursday, and more rain chances arrive by the end of the week and into the weekend as well. I'll have more on that coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Paige. Well, Kentucky's Labor Cabinet has filed paperwork in bankruptcy court in Charleston, West Virginia, to allow them to pursue more than $1 $1 million in fines owed to the state. Since Black Jewel is in bankruptcy court, they have an automatic stay, which essentially protects them from most civil lawsuits. This is similar to the penalties the Labor Cabinet is trying to collect. Now, the fines come from two things: the violations from not paying workers and the performance bonds that they should have met. Tomorrow they were supposed to meet, but quote, good faith negotiations had begun taking place between the two parties. The hearing for that motion would have been Wednesday at 2 p.m., but it has since been moved to November 13th to allow negotiations to continue. Well, an update for you tonight on a story we first brought you at 5:30. A controversial mural in downtown Lexington has been partially painted over. It had a vulgar message critical of President Trump in the center. We are told a man brought a ladder and spray painted over the vulgarity. He claimed he was hired by the owner of the building to remove the message. Lexington police tell us the owner of the building did ask the man to edit the mural. They say no charges will be filed. Well, in Louisville, a fourth grader's homework question naming Governor Matt Bevin has some parents upset. A mother recently posted her kid's grammar worksheet. The question asked students to put a comma in this sentence, quote, "He ran against Matt Bevin for governor of Kentucky, so I voted for him." Katina Alma posted that this was inappropriate. In response to the Facebook post, the Stouffer Elementary principal sent a letter to parents addressing the homework by saying a political endorsement was not the teacher's intent and that the situation is being addressed. Well, the Department of Justice announced more than $85 million in funding for school security. Now, select school districts in eastern Kentucky are receiving part of that grant. Corbin Independent Schools are using the money for safety film on windows and cameras for buses. Faculty of the school district say it is all to make the school day safer.
Any layer of extra protection that you can add that gives them this sense of security that it's going to be okay to be at school, or if something happens, our school is prepared and they're taking measures to be prepared and they have plans in place.
Clay and Letcher County also received some of the funding. Well, today law enforcement and transportation officials met today in Hazzard. The discussion, how to limit fatal crashes. Officials said during the course of 2 years, in every fatality in Perry County, yes, every single one, the victim did not have a seatbelt on. We hope to have more on this story along with all these details in the coming days. Well, Tupac Shakur is alive and well. Right now he's sitting in a Tennessee jail. But this is not the Tupac that you may be thinking of. Police in Johnson City say this man, 40-year-old Tupac A. Shakur, was wanted on warrants. Police say they spotted Shakur and he attempted to pull a knife. He was found with baggies of meth and syringes. Now, he was taken to the Washington County Detention Center. Shakur shares the name of the famous gangster rapper who was shot down in Las Vegas in 1996. Well, food insecurity is still a reality for Kentuckians. 1 in 6 are food insecure, and 1 in 5 school children wonder where their next meal will come from. Kentucky Agriculture Commissioner Ryan Quarles is working to change the statistics, and it all starts at the lowest level.
We're also working with summer feeding sites, so those kids who qualify for free or reduced lunch during the school year oftentimes don't have access to food during the summer. And so we work with a plethora of organizations ranging from our food banks, food pantries, our school systems, and also summer feeding. But it's all hands on deck right now.
The goal is to make sure the next generations of Kentuckians are fed. Well, Pikeville Police Department and Pikeville Fire Department are serving the community in a different way. Instead of just protecting people in the community, they are also preparing them. The departments finished their visits to the county schools today, donating more than $16,000 worth of supplies to the schools in Pike County. Those supplies paid for by funds raised during the annual Cuffs and Hoses 5K and donations from community partners. Those are ways that departments are trying to lend a hand.
Just the satisfaction of being able to help kids, not only in the city, but out in the county as well.
It's a big effort for when we start this. We'll start now on next year.
Part of the program gives officers and firefighters who were educated in the county an opportunity to drop items off at their respective former schools. Well, the Housing Development Alliance started building their 18th home this week in Perry County. The organization helps provide safe and affordable housing to people in Breathitt, Knott, Leslie, and Perry counties. Today, the Housing Development Alliance had help from Kentucky Power and members of Perry Central's JROTC. Stephen Hurt, the lead carpenter, says the work is always worth it in the end.
It's good to see their faces knowing that they're getting a new home, and that helps us too. That kind of encourages us and motivates everyone.
Officials with the organization say they hope to have the family in this home at the beginning of the year. Well, today the 50th annual Hazzard Lions Club radio auction continued in Hazzard. Businesses throughout the community came together to donate items to the auction hosted on WSGS. All you have to do is call 606-436-0661. The event goes on from 5:15 to 9 in the evening. Various businesses in the community donate to help the club follow its mission.
Most of the money goes to provide scholarships, and we also do a kids' Christmas for 25 children. We provide full outfit of clothing, toothbrush, toothpaste, toy, and then the rest is distributed through other things that pop up through the year.
Now, if you missed the chance to bid on anything today, no worries. You still have a day. It wraps up, you still have a few days actually, It wraps up Thursday at 9 p.m. Well, Morgan Hall was a beloved counselor at Jones Fork Elementary in Knott County. She died July 14th after giving birth to her son. At the time, Hall was working on a new math and reading program to help students. Her aunt began Morgan's mission to raise money to continue Morgan's dream. Morgan's mission reached the first of many goals today. WYMT's Lacey Roberts was there and has more.
Although these halls at Jones Fork Elementary no longer have Morgan Hall walking through them, Tuesday her spirit was very much alive.
Morgan had a great passion for kids that were behind in their reading skills and their math skills.
Struggling for years with dyslexia, her passion came from her drive to help others and those like her.
She made it her lifelong mission to work with kids that needed help.
She became a counselor at Jones Fork Elementary School.
And she said to us, I've found the place I'm supposed to be, and I want to help these kids.
And she did just that. Her love for others continued to grow. Tuesday, the mission came full circle.
Without further ado, Mr. Huff, would you honor us by accepting this software donation from Morgan's family on her behalf?
A check for $8,700 will help keep Morgan's passion alive.
It's overwhelming emotionally that, we have finally reached something that Morgan was trying to do beforehand and wanted to do.
Well, this is a beautiful, loving act, and it represents her well.
Something the school could not have afforded otherwise.
Her legacy will be well represented in the education these kids receive.
And although the sound of Morgan's footsteps do not fill these halls anymore,
how much she loves these kids.
The caring spirit she was echoes them. In Knott County, Lacey Roberts, WYMT Mountain News.
The program's IXL for math and reading plus for reading will develop their skills up to an 8th grade level. Well, coming up at 11, find out why insurance premiums for millions of Americans could be dropping.
And we have another beautiful day in store for your Wednesday. Wind to rain chances return. I'll have those details coming up.